Hello everyone, greetings to all. In this video, I will talk about the causes of abandoned newborn baby. But before I start talking about my title today, allow me to introduce myself first. My name is Daryl Royal and my matrix number is 07DKA20F2040. But before I start my oral on this video, first I want to say that may we all always be protected from this COVID-19 pandemic, and together we practice the SOP that has been set by the government so that we can break the chain of COVID-19. And for those students who are studying in this current situation, I would like to say that stay strong and never give up to pursue your future, because we are sure that all this is happening, there must be a wisdom for us. So, hashtag stay safe everyone. So, without wasting any more time, let's start our topic today, which is the causes of abandoned newborn baby. Okay, so let's go. So, I think you all must be wondering why I chose to discuss this topic, right? This is because, according to my research, in the near future, cases of baby abandonment are increasingly in our community. For example, like whether the baby is thrown into the river, dumped on the side of the road, even some are willing to throw it in the trash. And these cases have touched my heart because we as ordinary human beings should not do a such thing like this. Humanitarian attitude should always be practiced by everyone, so that I took this decision to discuss about this topic. So there may be those who do not believe about this, but I can point out some example of cases of baby abandonment happening in our country. For example, on 14 January 2021, a case of baby abandonment which has happened at Kuching, Sarawak, involving a 19-year-old girl. From the news, it was reported that she dumped her baby from the 13th floor of a building. Maybe you will say, oh, it's like a long time ago, nothing to worry about. Okay, I'll show you another case that happened recently, where it is on 15 April 2021. A baby girl who was about 14 days old, equivalent to 2 weeks, was found outside the door of a private hospital. But for this case, I think it is still acceptable because the person who abandoned the baby can still think clearly where that person left the baby in an area that is easily founded and probably be cared for and does not involve the death of the baby. Besides that, what is worse is that on 31 March 2021, in the state of Malacca, the police arrested a couple after they were believed to have thrown a new baby boy on the shoulder of the road in bush near the factory in Telok Mas until the baby died there. Apart from this, there are many other cases that occur, such as this, and this. So, as we saw a moment ago, most of the suspects who dump babies are suspects aged 18 to 20 years old, who are still in their teens. As we know, at this age, we should still focus on pursuing our future in order to build a better future. This is because at this age, we should be wise in planning our future so that one day we can repay the hard work from our parents, even if it will not be fully reciprocated. So, I want to ask you all, after seeing the picture that I showed you earlier, don't you think this is very sad to you? Don't you think this should not happen? And I know there may be some people who see all these things are normal for them, but for those who have a good human nature will definitely feel sad, and if we can help the baby, we will definitely help, right? So, back to our title. I'm sure you've started to wonder what is the root causes that caused this to happen, right? So, let's start for the first causes, where, as we all know and will definitely go through, which is peer influence. This is said so because teenagers nowadays are easily influenced by the action of their peers and will follow whatever their peers do. So, this is a challenge for all teenagers, where those who are not mature-minded will definitely deviate into the wrong path. This is because they cannot distinguish whether their friends' actions are right or wrong, so that they easily make mistakes and end up causing difficulties in their life later. Why do I say this? Because apart other than parents, peers are also one of the important individuals who will push us either to the right path or to the wrong path. However, these days mostly the influence of peer have become on doing the bad things. Maybe if we just stop, it is useless. Let me show among the example of cases that have occurred due to peers influence. For example, according to the Daily News, nearly 80% of the total number of school students detained by the police for drugs offenses admitted to being stuck with the social systems as a result of peer influence. So that it is not wrong for us to choose any of our peers, but we must always remember and have the right stand to choose a friend who can push us to the right path instead of choosing for sheer pleasure. By the way, here I have collected some of the right peer traits for all of us to make sure whether he or she is a friend who can push us to the right path or not. So take a note, okay? First of all, he or she is a soft-spoken. Second, tolerate. Third, someone who is concerned. Fourth, someone who is human. The last and most important thing is respecting their parents. If you have a peer who has these five characteristics, I'm sure he or she is the right person for you. So, back to our topic again. Furthermore, among the causes of abandoned newborn baby are teenagers who practice free association, which will lead to free sex. As we know, now is the age of advanced technology. All teenagers will definitely acquire to the latest gadget and will definitely start to be influenced by the Western world, where most of the Western world are usually practice free association with each other. Half of teenagers in our country today lack or do not have a strong way of life and often fail to make calculation in life. It is said so because, according to my research, most teenagers nowadays only care to catch up with the latest trends because they fear of being left behind by the others, especially for those who compete for the title of being famous. And I also cannot lie to you all that I'm also trying to follow the latest trends. But at the same time, we must also be wise in rigging our stance so as not to be negligent and deviate into the wrong path. Nevertheless, for those who are negligent in this matter, will certainly be easily swayed by mere lust and may eventually bring hardship to themselves. For example, when they are already pregnant and have a child out of wedlock, many excuses come out from their mouths just because they want to throw the baby away, such as those who are practice selfishness when giving birth to the illegitimate child. They use the excuse that they are facing financial problem to defend the illegitimate child, but in fact, they do not want to be responsible for the action that they have done before, or more simply to say that they do not want to be responsible for the illegitimate baby. At the same time, they are also afraid of being looked down upon and insulted by the local community just because the baby is an illegitimate child. Thus, this is the reason for the occurrence of infant abandonment. So, by chance we are talking about this cause, I have one proverb that may fit this matter, where, as the saying goes, follow the heart of the dead to the death of the blind. Last but not least, as we said a moment ago, now is the age of advanced technology, and anything we want to do is just at our fingertips. For teens who browse pornography websites or watch porn at home in the absence of their parents, this will cause their thoughts to be more unhealthy. As a result, this will damage the moral of young people who are still groping to find their identities, so that they are easy to imitate and follow the behavior that is watched, and as a result they are easily caught in sex crime such as rape or incest, which has become more so in recent times. So, in conclusion, teenager or anyone should be good at maintaining a good name and self-image no matter where they are. Besides, various parties also need to help and provide adequate education and religious teachings to teenagers so that they will not make mistakes. If they know and understand the importance of self-respect in life, surely they will not commit acts that will bring down self-esteem, and the problem of the baby abandonment will certainly be covered as best as possible. So that's all from my title today. Thank you for your attention and willingness to listen. And one of my message to you all is that we should never give up on being a successful person. Last but not least, I would like to apologize if I have said things that are appropriate and sensitive matter. So that's all. Thank you everyone. Thank you, Madam Jamie, and see you again. Bye bye.